So HIV, as you all know, is a retrovirus. It has a genome made up of two single-stranded RNA. So you can see here that there are two copies of single-stranded RNA. That's why sometimes HIV is also referred to as a diploid virus. Then there are a lot of enzymes also. There are enzymes like reverse transcriptase, integrase, and even protease enzymes are there within the genome of this HIV. And then it has a protein coat on the outside. You can see the protein coat. It is also referred to as the capsid. Outer to that, you can see another layer of blue colored proteins, which is referred to as the matrix. And outer to the matrix, you can see a yellow layer. The yellow layer is derived from the host cell that it infects. It is called the lipid envelope, and on the lipid envelope you have these things which are projecting out. These structures which are projecting out are referred to as the spikes. And if you all notice, the spike has two major components. There is a globular component on top and there is a stalk-like component at the bottom. The stalk-like component is called the transmembrane glycoprotein 41 and the globular component is called the glycoprotein 120. This glycoprotein 120 is very important because this is the one that is binding to the T cell receptor when it attacks the T helper cell. Please remember that HIV attacks two types of cells in the human body. One is the T helper cells and one is the macrophages. So if the GP120 protein is destroyed, or we generate antibodies against the GP120 protein so that it gets masked, then the HIV cannot enter into the host cell successfully. Okay, what exactly does HIV do when it attacks the cell? See, basically it sets free its RNA molecule. And another interesting thing about HIV, and the reason why it is called retrovirus, is because the single-stranded RNA synthesizes a double-stranded DNA over here, and this process where a single-stranded RNA synthesizes a double-stranded DNA is referred to as a reverse transcription. The process is called reverse transcription and the enzyme is called reverse transcriptase. So this enzyme is carried by the virus itself, the reverse transcriptase enzyme, which converts a single-stranded RNA into double-stranded DNA. And you can see how the double-stranded DNA is getting incorporated into the genome of the host cell. The host cell happens to be a T helper cell. So this is the T helper cell which the HIV is attacking, and this is the genome, the nucleus of the T helper cell, in which the double-stranded DNA is getting integrated. It's literally hijacking the genome of the T helper cell. Once it's hijacked the genome of the host cell, it will start transcribing more and more copies of viral RNA. So the viral DNA that is sitting inside the nucleus will synthesize viral RNA. Some of the viral RNA will synthesize viral proteins. The viral RNA and the viral protein will get packaged into immature virus particles, which will finally emerge out of the host cell, which will bud off from the host cell as a mature virion. A newly formed virus particle can be called a virion. Okay, so this is how RNA is converted to DNA. DNA gets incorporated into the genome. The viral DNA hijacks the genome and the metabolic machinery of the host cell, and it starts making viral RNA and protein that get assembled into new viruses which bud off from the host cell. Initially, when the viruses are budding off, the host cell is very much alive, but gradually it gets worn out and it starts dying. That's what brings about a decline in the number of helper cells and macrophages in case of a HIV patient, and he progresses on to the final stage of HIV infection, which is called AIDS. Okay.